Aging is a curious journey. It sneaks up on you, not with a crash, but with a whisper. For decades, I've helped men navigate the physical, emotional, and hormonal shifts that come with growing older. But there's one topic that remains cloaked in silence, even shame: masturbation after 60. It's time to have a direct, compassionate, and medically grounded conversation about it. Because the truth is, what you do in private, how you relate to your own body, matters more than most people realize. Hello, I'm Dr. Ian, men's health specialist. I want to speak plainly to the men in their 60s, 70s and beyond who are wondering, is it still okay to masturbate daily? Does it help or harm my health? Why does it feel different now? Let's break the silence together. The aging body and the shifting landscape of pleasure. Let's begin with what the body naturally goes through after 60. Testosterone, the hormone closely tied to sexual function, declines steadily after age 50. By the time most men reach their 70s, testosterone levels may be half of what they were at 30. This hormonal shift doesn't just reduce libido, it changes how your body feels pleasure. I've had countless patients like Harold, a 74-year-old retired teacher, tell me the same thing. The urge is still there, but the sensation isn't the same. And that's expected. The nervous system becomes less responsive over time. Blood flow to the genitals, which is critical for arousal and erection, diminishes, especially in those with heart disease or diabetes. As a result, masturbation can feel muted, less satisfying or delayed, but here's the good news: you're not broken. The rules have simply changed. Once you understand this, you can stop blaming yourself and start adapting to your body's new rhythm. Masturbation, a tool for health and healing. You might be surprised to learn that masturbation, when practiced mindfully, can offer numerous health benefits for older men. I'm not talking about reckless or compulsive behavior. I'm talking about intentional, respectful self-connection. Let's unpack the science. 1. It improves pelvic circulation. Erections depend on strong blood flow. Regular sexual activity, including masturbation, helps maintain that flow, keeping the tissues of the penis oxygenated and responsive. This is important for preventing erectile dysfunction and even genital atrophy, which can occur with long periods of sexual inactivity. 2. It supports prostate health. One of the lesser-known benefits of regular ejaculation is its effect on the prostate. Studies show that frequent ejaculation may reduce the risk of prostate cancer by flushing out potential carcinogens and reducing inflammation. 3. It boosts emotional well-being. Aging often brings grief, loneliness, and changes in identity. Orgasms trigger the release of endorphins, oxytocin, and dopamine, hormones that reduce anxiety, improve sleep, and lift your mood. Harold told me that after masturbating on a restless night, he would sleep more soundly and wake up lighter. 4. It preserves sexual confidence. When older men stay in touch with their bodies, they maintain a sense of identity as sensual beings. That matters. Masturbation reminds you that pleasure isn't reserved for the young. It evolves, but it never expires. The dark side of overuse, when pleasure becomes a crutch. That said, there's a flip side to this coin. Masturbation, like anything else, can become too much of a good thing, especially when used unconsciously. Harold's story continued. Encouraged by the positive effects, he started masturbating more frequently, sometimes daily, sometimes more. What began as mindful self-care slowly turned into a coping mechanism for boredom, sadness, and stress. He noticed new issues creeping in: fatigue, irritability, lack of focus, and less interest in social connection. What was happening? Overstimulation of the nervous system, especially in the context of aging, can desensitize the pleasure pathways. The dopamine system begins to expect quick artificial highs. This not only dulls your sensitivity, but can also disrupt sleep, cause pelvic tension, and even reduce your ability to connect emotionally with others. Compulsive behavior replaces connection. Instant gratification replaces presence. In short, masturbation becomes a substitute for meaningful human contact, and that's when it starts to drain rather than restore. How to find the sweet spot: practical tools for balance. So how do you walk the line between healthy self-pleasure and unhealthy dependence? It starts with one question. Why am I doing this right now? If the answer is connection, curiosity, stress relief or physical maintenance, great. But if it's numbness, loneliness or habit, it might be time to reevaluate. Here are the strategies I recommend to my patients. 1. Set boundaries. Try limiting masturbation to specific times, perhaps 1 or 2 evenings a week. Treat it as a ritual, not a reflex. 2. Disconnect from triggers. Avoid pairing it with screen time, boredom or emotional numbing. Instead, take a warm shower, breathe deeply and be present. 3. Re-engage with life. Explore hobbies. Join a walking group, sign up for a painting class. Masturbation should enhance life, not replace it. 4. Connect with others. You're not the only man navigating this. Talk to peers, doctors or therapists. Shame thrives in silence. Freedom begins with conversation. 5. Explore non-sexual touch. Pleasure isn't just about orgasm. Massage, warm baths, gentle stretching all help reconnect you to your body. From shame to self-compassion. Let's address the elephant in the room, shame. Society has done a poor job honoring the sensual lives of older adults. Most media either ignore or mock it. That leaves many men confused, isolated and afraid to ask questions. But aging doesn't mean the end of your sexual identity. It means forming a new, deeper relationship with yourself. Masturbation, approached with care, can be a doorway to that. Harold's journey, like many I've witnessed, came full circle. He didn't stop masturbating. He learned to listen to his body with intention. He forgave himself for the confusion. He gave himself permission to feel pleasure with presence. Final reflections. You're not broken, you're becoming. So what happens to your body when you masturbate daily after 60? It depends. If done mindfully, it can support your circulation, sleep, prostate health and mood. If done compulsively, it can lead to fatigue, emotional isolation and reduced pleasure. There is no correct number of times to masturbate per week. The only right answer is the one that leaves you feeling energized, connected and emotionally present. Here's what I want every man over 60 to know. You are still a sensual being. Your needs still matter. Your body is not failing, it's inviting you to listen differently. If you felt confused, guilty or ashamed, let this be your permission slip to explore with curiosity, care and compassion. Aging is not the end of vitality. It's simply a different expression of it. If there's one thing I've learned after decades of walking alongside men through the aging process, it's this. Your story isn't over, it's evolving. Masturbation may seem like a small private act, but how you approach it reflects how you relate to yourself in this new chapter of life. Whether you're 60, 70 or 85, your capacity for connection, healing and joy remains alive. Don't let outdated stigma or silence rob you of self-understanding and dignity. Instead, meet yourself with honesty, grace and curiosity. If today's article resonated with you, I encourage you to start a new conversation with yourself, a friend, or a trusted professional. You're not alone, you're not broken, you're simply growing. Keep showing up for yourself because aging well isn't just about living longer, it's about living fully from the inside out. Stay well, stay curious, and above all, stay kind to your body and spirit.